I'm so truly humbled to be here. When Daisy was sitting in my chair and she was like, oh, do you want to come up and share? And I was like, sure. And then I got here and I was like, maybe not. So yeah, you start my wee story. So sharing with my story today, talofa lava, my name is Ronda, and you already know a little bit about my background now. I was born in American Samoa in Pango and raised by my grandma until I was 3 years old. And I came to New Zealand, just to meet my actual mum and to see my nana go was quite hard. Creativity started really young, so drawing, with my hands. As you can see, I'm not reading off my notes because I'm not a very good reader, but I do love to use my hands, and I understand that using your hands can bring joy to people, and making people feel beautiful helped me feel better, inside as well. I'd like to talk about 3 main points that has really helped me through my business journey. So brand and vision, taking a leap of faith, and continuing to challenge yourself. So my first point would be the brand and vision. And I found myself a little tiny space on Cashel Street, just behind Shooters. It only had 2 chairs and a basin. And I just was like, this is awesome. I'm going to have my clients and we're going to have a relationship, and I'm just going to listen to what they have to say and just enjoy my day. And the rent was $140 a week. So I was like, that's 1 cut and colour. I'm sure I can do that. It's fine. I literally would write out a cheque to IRD, and walk across the road, across Cashel Street, and give them my GST. And that's how I learnt business, like straight out of a book. So I got a graphic designer, and we were trying to work out my brand, and he said to me, what is your vision? And so my vision is that hair is my art, and I believe that hair is a fabric of many possibilities. I saw hair as I would see weaving and all the things that we do as Polynesian people. The creativity that we have in our hands is incredible. And so being inspired by these things was truly a part of my story. And the colour red stands for red carpet, because I believe everyone that walks out my salon should walk on red carpet. Absolutely. All right. So my second point was that after the quakes, that was a really tough time, because losing that wee salon in the quakes, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do after that. And my ex-boss decided to go into partnership with me. And I learned a lot of lessons in that 2 years I was there. I went from just being on my own to having 7 staff. And, being humble and humility was a massive one, separating myself from personal and professional as well, and also sharing your brand with other people when you start something that you truly love, and then you've got to go then and share and hope that they take it with you. And after Linwood, I saw that there was a spot in New Regent Street that came up, and I just thought, man, I want to go back to the city. And at the time, nothing was open. And people were like, what are you doing? There's nothing open. But I truly believe that being a humble hairdresser and being able to speak to a lot of people, I saw that a lot of people needed encouragement to move forward after the quake. There was a lot of healing that needed doing, and every single person that sat in my chair had a really horrific story to tell, and I was able to give them a little bit of normality and just a sense of, that something was normal in their lives. So I took the leap of faith in seeing that we were going to move on to the city, and we moved to New Regent Street, and it was me and only 3 other girls by then. And it was awesome. And we're going 7 years strong now. And look at our city. We're just so lucky and blessed to have so many diverse businesses. And, it has been definitely a sense of imposter syndrome being, a Samoan boss. And sometimes I pinch myself, but I know that, being creative and being inspired drives your team and people want to follow that. And we opened our second salon last year, just before the lockdown. I stayed strong and we had a plan and it actually ended up being for the better with the social distancing that we needed. And we're going strong today. So my third point is continuing to challenge yourself. So in the last 11 years of being in business, I decided that I would say yes to every opportunity that there was and to do things that really scared me. And this is definitely one of them, challenging myself. And so, I've been an artist for Matrix since 2014 and educating a lot of hairdressers around New Zealand and sharing just anything that I could give. Because I believe that's really part of our Pacific trait is sharing what we have, and that's love. And with the live competitions, that is kind of my playground. That's where I get to really experiment, have fun, and just bring a lot of technique to the table. In 2017, I was part of a massive New Zealand expo where you had 5 hours to do a complete cut and colour on a model. And it wasn't in a salon, it was literally like in a back hall somewhere with all the other artists in New Zealand. And I chose the one Polynesian model, and isn't she beautiful? Nobody was brave enough to deal with Polynesian hair. And as you can see, I weaved her hair and did braids and things. And I believe that a lot of my competition work and concepts comes from a lot of my cultural background, and I hold close. And so all of my work has a little bit of a story to tell with my background. And so, that's my last conclusion, was to keep challenging yourself. And so my 3 points are brand and vision, taking a leap of faith, and that we should always challenge ourselves, and that lifting others will also lift you too. Thank you so much.